1075 WGCI, the size number one for hip hop and R&B. It's the morning show with the destined legend Leon Rogers.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful Kendra G. Myself, the shortest damn man in Chicago, Kyle. And on the line right now, you see this guy doing his thing. Power Book 3, Raising Kanan on Stars. He's representing the young Kanan, the character that 50 Cent plays. He's doing this thing real big. Hey, yo, big shout out to Mekai Curtis on the line with us this morning. What up, bro?
What up, man? How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. It's a pleasure to have you on, yo.
Pleasure to be here, man.
People be like, you actually look like 50?
They're saying it now, and I'm still like, yo, I don't see it. That's why I be wearing the little fitteds and shit now. Because I'm like, hold on. This is like I got the haircut now,
man. No doubt. Let's get into it.
So, Mekai, I watch the show. It's my favorite show. I'm by midnight. I'm tuning in to see what's happening next. Like it literally is a great show. One thing I love, I feel like the casting is perfect. You do a great job as Kanan. You fuck your shit up. You making me kind of hate you a little bit like Tyreek, but not as much. You have bad intentions when your mother really has good intentions. So I want to talk about how'd you land the role to be Young 50. And I think it helped that your name got Curtis in it too.
We're going to get into how she think that Kanan had bad intentions, but it's really flip. Anyway, but no.
He does. Okay, look, but let's start there because you see Raising Kanan, your mother wanted you to go to college. She was trying to set you up on a good path, but you wanted to be in the family business. So it's not a situation
wants to be in the family business because he wants to protect his mother. Kanan wants to be in the family business because that's all he sees around him. That's what his family's doing. That's what all, his greatest influences and, what's the word I'm looking for? His examples of, how life moves are his mother, are his uncles, are his cousin, who are all, somewhat intertwined in this crazy ass business. So that's really the reason he wants to get into this. He really just wants to be there to protect his family and be there with his family, because even though he's young, naive, doing stupid shit, he understands the world that's around him, and he understands the dangers that his mother's being put in. And as any young person who loves his family and especially his mother, as the first person you fall in love with as a man is your mother. But he just wants to be there and protect her and do all he can for that. So that's really the story that's happening here. You don't see him turn into a bad person. And even then, in the original Power, he's not a bad person. He's on a revenge tour because Tasha had him set up.
Right.
They took his enterprise and everything that you saw him work so hard for. Well, haven't seen him work so hard for just yet. This is why that's what Raising Kanan is. But you're gonna see the empire that he built and the business that he went through kind of taken away. That's what happened in the original story. That's why he was so vengeful and crazy when you meet him. That's the story you're watching, with Raising Kanan, is how he got to that point.
Mekai, so what was your muse? What did you pull from? What did you use to study to get into that character? Because you're playing a kid, but this is a special dude. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So what did you pull from? Did you have conversations with 50 on how to play the character, or they just let you play around and experiment with it?
Man, it was so many different pieces that got pulled from, from like studying Juice in New Jack City to really understand what 90s in New York was like, to watching Power again, just trying to, understand Kanan as a character. Because even though I was a fan of the show, just really trying to, pick apart, why is his relationship with Jukebox like this? Who is Jukebox? And why does she make this man, who crazy as hell, feel like this? So it was little stuff like that. And then watching interviews of 50 himself, trying to understand the mechanics of his, how he moves and, certain way he walks and looks and stuff like that. That was a lot of the process for building this character. Then there was just the relation I immediately had after talking with Sasha and Courtney on how Kanan just wants to be a family man. He's there to, he wants to protect his family. That's his ultimate goal at the end of the day is, he lives for his family really. And that was something I immediately kind of gravitated towards and really, connected with. which is something that helped me, you know, just inform the choices and the intensity of certain moments and why he is this way with Jukebox and why he is this way with his mother. So yeah, that was just, you know, that was I guess, you know, the overall. It's a lot of muses that came into play, you know?
Yeah. Let me ask you about yourself, Mekai, the actor. You know what I mean? Were there things that you talked about what you learned from in terms of inspiration, but were there certain things in your life that you could connect to with this character? Or is it strictly acting and you don't relate to this character in any way other than learning what it is that you needed to learn? Is there anything personal that you could connect to this character?
I feel like with any character you take on, you know, whether it's a strong connection or, you know, just something minute you can grab at, there's something you have to be able to relate to in order to, you know, convey that emotion in some way or another. For me, one of the biggest things, like I said, after talking to Courtney and Sasha, was just, you know, his overall willingness to go get it and be there for his family. There's also the side of it, you know, he's very inquisitive and you know, even though they say he's naive, he is naive, but he's very in tune with the world that's around him. And that also is what makes him want to be in the business even more, because he knows the danger that, you know, it holds, and he's essentially scared for his mother in one way. Yeah. His mother's scared for him and he's scared for his mother. And, you know, that's real. You know, these are fictional characters that we're playing and that we're portraying, but these are real stories. These are real choices and scenarios that people have found themselves in. And to be able to highlight that, to be able to showcase that is really, you know, one of the reasons I kind of stepped onto this track.
Like I said in the beginning, I love the casting. Uncle Lulu's my favorite. So when I thought he was about When I thought he almost died, I'm be honest with you, I wasn't gonna watch no more. So you better be happy he woke up, because I mean, I that would have hurt my heart if Uncle Lulu.
It's a lot of shit that's gonna hurt your heart with this show, and that's, you know, no, it's the truth, man. That's, you know, that's the paradox that is Sasha Calle, who is the creator and showrunner of this show, man. Is, you know, everything that happens on this show happens for a reason. It's to further push the narratives, to further push the storyline and the arcs of these characters and how they became hardened. You know, that's why it's called Raising Kanan, because every choice, every person has a consequence for something that they've done. And that's the overall arc of what you're seeing. That's like in the first episode when Rock, you know, takes him out to the beach, when she takes Kanan out to the beach and it's like, you know, that bullet is out there with your name on it. That's really just the overall theme of what happens, is you reap what you sow. And as you see more people reap, as you see more people sow seeds throughout the storyline, you're going to see how they reap those benefits.
I mean, I guess in the end, I know everybody's going to die, but before I go, I want to ask you about your name.
Right.
Well, no, because the reason, I mean, you think about it, right? In Power, only person that exists was Jukebox. So I'm preparing myself for the mom to die eventually. The uncles are going to die eventually, because if they were alive, they would have been a part of the original.
Well, actually, no. That's not the truth either.
Oh, really?
That's not the truth.
Stay tuned.
Oh.
You got to stay tuned.
Okay.
Right.
You got everybody on the show.
Right, yeah. I mean,
the only person that lives is Kanan.
You got to die.
You got Jukebox.
I know
Jukebox father without knowing it, but that don't mean he's gonna kill every damn body. Damn.
Okay.
But
fair enough.
Fair
enough. But I do want you to answer this question. Your last name is Curtis. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Curtis 50 Cent. Did that ever come up how y'all have similar names and that connection? Do you feel like it was destiny for you to get this role?
I think there was definitely there was definitely a moment where me and 50 were sitting down at dinner one day. They had like nameplates in front of everybody, and he was looking at his name. He looked at mine. He was like, "Man, this little motherfucker, he trying to move in on all of them." I'm like, "He got the same name as me, playing my character." And I'm like, "Okay, Mr. 50, sir, I'm sorry. It's just it was really just a coincidence. You know, it was a chance. It's hilarious that we both got the same name. We're both left-handed, which is hilarious.
Me too.
Yeah, it's just little stuff like, hey, see you.
Yeah, my man. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man, you know what? I think just the stars kind of aligned and everything fell into place with everybody and everything that's happening here, man. You know, I'm just enjoying the ride, enjoying the journey.
Hey, do you find it ironic, and do you sit back and laugh and just like, hey, man, I voiced characters on Disney. Now I'm playing one of the toughest gangsters on TV?
Bro, it's an amount of both, man. Because this is, the shit I'm doing now is a spot I've always wanted to see myself in. This is, it's only the beginning of where I've seen myself, but just to know that I'm moving in the right direction of where where I've seen myself, where people have seen, and kind of, I don't want to say told me where my life is going, but just to, see everything lining up like this and me following my dreams, man, it's dope. It's fun. It's, I wanted to be on Disney and I did that thing, and, I learned everything that I'm applying here is what I learned on Disney. So that's, that's again, just me being grateful for the journey and, always wanting to listen and learn and grow. And, yeah, man, it's ironic as hell that I went from, because that in itself is a paradox. Not too many people who come from, childhood backgrounds or, even just younger audiences are able to transcend the way I have, or, move over. And that just, it's just, I'm grateful. I'm taking it all a day at a time and just letting it be,
Yeah. You've avoided the curse of the child actor. You know what I mean?
Right. Hey, man, that part, but I also feel like that comes with, just the sheer determination of that person too. Because yes, people will definitely try to pigeonhole you, but that I also feel like that's if you let them, like if you continue to just, if you care too much what people say, then yeah, that's
right.
Kind of what happens. There's also the circumstances and certain stuff, but nah, if you put your head down and you believe this is what you want to do, whatever it is, you go get it. It is what it is, man. People are always going to talk. People always say something, but
no doubt. Now you play Kanan, who's loosely based on 50 Cent's life, but is there a person that you would love to actually do the real autobiography, the life of? What person would you like to take on as an actor and really live their life on screen?
I would say Malcolm X, but Denzel Washington is
he killed it. Yeah.
He's so brilliantly portrayed that for eternity. I don't think that ever needs to be touched again. Yeah. I really wouldn't have one, because to be completely honest with you, I never saw myself playing a young 50 Cent, young Kanan. Like, this kind of just happened. So it's one of those things I wouldn't really know.
I got one for you, bro. And I'm seeing it right here looking at you when they do the autobiography of Floyd Mayweather, man. You could be Money Mayweather. Money Mayweather. Get the haircut. You can be Money Mayweather, man.
Get that gym right.
Yeah. That'd be slick.
That 2-piece in the biscuit. I feel you.
Right. And I do feel like, obviously you have your Disney background, but this is a different star lane. So how are people reacting to you with being on this show? Are they giving you any advice? We all know 50 Cent, you could be close, but, only be a little close, because 50 don't mind turn on people.
No, man, it's all been love. It's all been love. Everybody's really, enjoying the show, which is, is really humbling. Everybody's enjoying the performance. And everybody's, I guess, really, seeing the work that I've put in along with my whole cast and whole crew. Everybody's loving it, man.
Are you still with your mom still? Do you still live with your parents?
I'll be all over the place,
okay.
It's where I gotta be. I'll be flipping from New York to LA I was in Atlanta for a little bit. My family's out in Atlanta right now working. It's, the whole family's just moving and vibing. We ebb and flow wherever we gotta be.
Yeah.
Shit like
all
that.
Right. Your team is telling us we're running out of time. We know we want everybody to check out.
So much fun.
Hey, now I gotta ask them this. You a Jersey guy, right? The Nets gonna do it this year?
How the Nets gonna do? I mean, they're in Brooklyn this year, but they got a damn super team now. I don't know. We gonna see what's happening.
Where'd you grow up in Jersey?
I grew up in Neptune, man. I'm down by the shore type thing.
Yeah, I know exactly where you at.
From Newark, Brick City type. So that's it. I've been all over Jersey with it, basically, before I moved out to LA. Now I'm back on the East Coast, flipping. We vibing and living.
That's what's. Yeah, I grew up South Jersey, outside of Philly, so I'm familiar.
Word. Okay. Yeah.
All right, we're Raising Kanan. The final episode's coming up this weekend. Last words from you about why people should be watching the show.
Hey, bro, tune in Sundays, 8 p.m. on Stars. Or if you're a cool kid like this kid, you want to get the Stars app, be watching it 12:01.
Yep, I be watching it 12:01.
You already know. And it's straight like that, man. We're going to keep taking over the world. This is only the first stop. I'm excited for, everybody to keep growing and loving with us, man. That's all it is.
No doubt. Mekai Curtis, Thank you for taking the time with us, bro. Continue success to you, man.
Money Mayweather. All right? Money Mayweather, bro. I just want my 10% when you book it.
Say less. I got you, bro. We're gonna get it going. I'm like, Leon kind of told me this a couple years ago. You might have to get him on as a consultant producer or something, because he clearly got the eye for it.
No doubt. All right, peace, bro. Congratulations, yo.
Big love, y'all. Appreciate y'all, man.
No doubt.
Have a good one.
You too.
We out.